Good morning, students. In the previous class or in the previous video, we have discussed about the water resources, in which we have studied the two types of rivers, that is rivers from northern India and the rivers from southern India. In this chapter, the continuation is there from the Narmada project. We have discussed about the importance of Narmada project for Gujarat state. So let us continue our class with the topic mineral resources. Now, biotic and abiotic materials below the surface of the earth are transformed into minerals having different chemical component due to the intense heat and pressure. So, mineral resources are those biotic and abiotic materials, that means having life and the non-living materials. Over the times, they are transformed into various components or having different types of utility, and they can be utilized as minerals for the development of human beings. Now, minerals below the surface of the earth are not found in their pure form. They contain impurities, and after removing those type of impurities, they can be utilized as a resource. So, we'll discuss about the different types of minerals that is found in our nation, and from them we can classify those minerals into three types, that is metallic minerals, non-metallic minerals and power generating minerals. So let us first discuss metallic minerals. Now, metal minerals. So raw iron, copper, gold, zinc, tin, nickel, mercury, platinum, etc. all these are categorized as metallic minerals. These are metals and have different utilities and are used in our daily life or in the transformation of our country to become a developed nation, or a very much the industrial part is dependent on these type of minerals. Now, the second one, non-metallic minerals. These are classified as the second group of the minerals, and in this type of minerals, diamond, ruby, limestone, china clay, dolomite, bauxite, gypsum, etc. are included in this one. So, these are non-metallic minerals. They have different properties. They have different physical and chemical properties, and according to them, they are classified as the non-metallic minerals, and they have different uses in our life. The third one, power generating minerals. As we can understand from the statement that these are used in the generation of electricity. So, coal, natural gas, mineral oil, uranium, thorium, radium, etc. are categorized as power generating minerals, because from these minerals we can generate a lot of electricity and power, and which is the backbone of any industrialization. Now, there are some places which are given in our nation where we can find different sort of minerals. Like coal can be found in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, etc. Similarly, manganese is there, copper, bauxite, mica, lead, limestone, gold. All these minerals or metals or power generating minerals, all these are classified and are given in this textbook, where we can classify whether these minerals are found in different states, and we have to remember those minerals according to the states that are producing those minerals. So we have to just remember this table, and according to that we can classify the mineral like coal, where it is found. Mainly the source is in Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. Similarly, there are different minerals that are available in different parts of our nation. Let us discuss the uses of the minerals. Like manganese is used in chemical industries, pesticide, glass, varnish and printing industries. So as I have earlier told you, that different minerals have different uses. So here is one example of manganese, which is used in chemical industries. As you know, chemical industry is one of the fastest growing industry of the world, and hence the use of the minerals are there in these industries. Similarly, we can say copper is used in electric wires, colored glass, coins and printing industries. So these are the utility or the uses of minerals. All these three categories of minerals, that is metallic, non-metallic and power generating, have different types of uses. So we have to learn and memorize these uses of minerals. That will be asked in your examination about the uses of minerals. So we have to remember these 5 points about the different uses of minerals. Now the third one, that is land resources. First, let us understand the definition of forest. A large area covered mainly with numerous trees and undergrowth is called a forest, where we find a large area where trees are there. That area can be categorized as a forest, and these are the invaluable source of wealth of a nation. Different types of trees can be found, different types of medicinal plant can be found in a forest, which is the important source of generating revenue for our nation, or these can be help in the financial growth of a nation. Now there are 5,000 types of trees that is found in India, and in terms of rank it is ranked 10th in the world in terms of variety of vegetation. The different types of plants and trees that is found in our nation, according to that it is ranked as the 10th country in the world. And since the very ancient times, that is from the very olden days, India is renowned or famous for medicinal herbs. There is mention of at least 2,000 varieties of herbs and trees in Ayurveda. In a book called Ayurveda, we find that it is mentioned that almost or more than 2,000 varieties of medicinal plants and herbs are there in our country. So let us discuss the different types of forest that is found in our nation. First of all, evergreen forest. As the name suggests, almost the whole year it is green in color. All the trees that is found in this evergreen forest are green in color. So whenever we go in this type of forest, we find that greenery is there, and hence the name is given as evergreen forest. So let us know some information about this evergreen forest. Now, evergreen forests are found in the northeastern parts, mountainous region and the Andaman and Nicobar Island of India. So these evergreen forests are found in the northeastern parts of our nation. When we are referring to northeastern parts, we are talking about Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, all those 7 states of northeast, and Bengal, and all these neighboring states are included in this category. And we find evergreen forest in the northeastern part, and also in the Himalayan region we find this evergreen forest. And evergreen are so named as there is no particular season for the trees to shed their leaves. For the shedding of the leaves, there is no particular season. And when we go in this forest, we find the trees are having green in color, having the leaves throughout the year. So these are classified as evergreen forest. And the trees usually here are 30 to 35 meters in height. Bamboo tree, teak, sal, sisam, all these are the main trees that is found in this forest. Now deciduous forest, these are found in the mountainous ranges of Vindhyachal forest, Satpura hills and the foothills of the Himalayas. That means deciduous forests are found at an altitude or at a heighted place of our nation, and the trees here are teak, sal, banyan tree and peepal tree. and the trees shed their leaves in autumn season. The shedding of the leaves are there in autumn season. Now the third one, that is tidal or mangrove forest. These are the most luxuriant around the delta area of large rivers, and we can take the example of those Ganga Brahmaputra delta that is created around West Bengal. We find this type of forest, that is tidal and mangrove forest. Now the Indian tidal or mangrove forests are mainly situated on the Gangetic Delta and in the coastal plains in West Bengal, called the Sundarbans. Mangroves, Sundari, palms, kevra, cher grow in these forests. These are the names of the trees that are found in the tidal or mangrove forest. And since the rainfall is very high, these trees remain submerged almost whole year. Now the coniferous forests are found in the mountainous region of the Himalayas. Only we find coniferous forest in the Himalayan region, and the trees here are deodar, fine, spruce and birch tree are found in these forests. As we have read in history about the birch tree that is used in ancient time in the writing of Tadpatras. Now the last one, that is thorny forest. These are found in the northwest Punjab, West Haryana, Rajasthan and southern and western areas of Uttar Pradesh. These places receive less rainfall and hence the forests are thorny in nature. They are very hard and they do not require much water. And the trees like acacia, cactus and caper are found here. So these are the 4 or 5 classification of forest that is found in our country. In the next video, we'll discuss about the importance of forest, conservation of forest and also the wildlife resources.